Ahoy there, lads and lasses, sailors and landlubbers. Welcome to another video about Sea of Thieves. In this seaworthy video, we be taking a look at all these ports upon the seas, the outposts, and deciding which be me favourites and what may be done to make these ports more pirate-friendly. If ye disagree with me assessment, or if ye wish to share your rankings, feel free to leave a comment in our galley down below and let me know. Without further delay, let's get to judging these islands. At the bottom of the barrel here, we've got the largest outpost of the wilds, Daggertooth Outpost. This outpost offers all the same amenities that T's other outposts offer. Company representatives, barrels to loot, and the all-important tavern. Unfortunately, the rest of the island is just a mess. To start, the outpost is huge, definitely one of the largest available upon the seas. Due to this, everything be so spread out. The docks be so large and long that offloading any loot or loading any merchant crates can become a lengthy ordeal. All the company representatives be relatively close together, but trekking from your ship to the gold hoarder's tent feels like an eternity. Worst of all, if ye accept a merchant cargo run, you'll be damned more often than not by having to ferry large amounts of goods across the huge open outpost to your ship. There be a large bay in the center of this outpost blocked by wreckage at its mouth. Removing that debris could allow sloops to slip in and park closer to everything, making for swifter offloading of loot. For all these reasons, Daggertooth Outpost be me least favorite. Second from the bottom isn't a great position to hold, but it be better than last. Morrow's Peak Outpost isn't a terrible outpost in its own right. Most vendors are fairly close together, and the island has a unique look. But there be two major issues that drive this outpost as far down as it be. The main dock is long and broken, and the non-dock side of the island is filled with wreckage, making for difficult loot offloading. This wouldn't be so bad if the island didn't sit in that accursed Devil's Roar. Even this port in a storm isn't free of geysers that can cause unwanted and irritating deaths while delivering loot, handing you a certain defeat if the outpost be contested. While this would be reasonable, if the outpost was more centralized in the Devil's Roar, it would be better in general. But the main thing this outpost needs to get rid of are those damned geysers. If the rare pirate lords deem us worthy to remove these threats from this outpost, this one could certainly rise higher on me list. Golden Sands be next in me ledger here. This outpost be quite large as well, rivaling the size of that damned Daggertooth. However, this outpost holds a better layout for its company representatives. Most everything ye need be close to the dock. However, take heed if you need to deliver anything to the tavern, as it be fairly far from all areas a ship can be parked. Just like Daggertooth, this outpost be one of the worst to run Ashen Chest and Ashen Key voyages from, simply because of the travel time from ship to tavern. Luckily, the island sits low in the seas, so launching a sailor from cannon is a fine way to traverse this long sandbar. Not much can really be changed here without ruining the aesthetic of the island itself. I just prefer Sanctuary over Golden Sands if I find myself in the shores of plenty. Speaking of Sanctuary, number 4 on me list be Sanctuary Outpost. Now this outpost falls right in the middle for me and me crew. It certainly be the better of the two outposts in the shores of plenty, but overall, this island is fairly average. All representatives are clustered together as be all the shops on the island. This makes this outpost convenient for both deliveries and pickups. There also be a large number of barrels to loot across the outpost. Some of them can just be a hassle to reach and can wear on these weary sea legs. I can find no real fault with this outpost and have no constructive advice to improve it. Sanctuary is as solid as an outpost as they come. Starting off me top 3, I present ye all with Galleons Grave Outpost. I'll start off with the bad. Many of the barrels here, and some of the shops, be inconvenient to access. Aside from that, this outpost be great. The main dock is short and easy to park at. Even the secondary bad dock is easy enough to access. Plus, just look at her. Have you yet seen a more interesting looking outpost design? I absolutely love seeing the wrecked ship upon the rocks after a long session of treasure hunting in the wilds. The tavern is nicely centralized, and it be me favorite tavern in the entire ocean. As a plus, floating barrels can fairly frequently spawn well within swimming distance of the outpost, making for extra loot for me crew. I have no constructive complaints for this outpost. Ye may have been wondering where the ancient isles have been on this list. Well, I've saved the best for last. Me runner-up in terms of outpost designs, we have Ancient Spire Outpost, the final safe haven in the Ancient Isles before you head off to the Devil's Roar. Ancient Spire has a nice look to it and be reminiscent of taller islands in the region such as Plunder Valley or Thieves Haven. The dock is short and easy enough to park at, and all the representatives are close together, along with those valuable shops. There will also be 2 spires on the outpost. The secondary spire holds extra barrels for loot, while also offering great views into the seas. The primary pillar is really the only fault with this island. While it can certainly offer the great views of the secondary spire, the fact that the tavern sits atop this pillar causes trouble when turning in goods there. The way up isn't challenging, it's just tedious. Other than that, this outpost is damn near perfect. For what I consider to be the perfect port in a storm, we look to Plunder Outpost. The massive stone spike is what you'll see first from this outpost. It looks almost like an unmanned rock, but at the base, you'll find the most comfortable and pleasant-looking outpost on the seas. The dock is slightly long, but is easy enough to access. All the shops are close together along with the tavern, meaning you'll have access to everything easily and quickly. The secondary dock be adequate as well, seeing as it's very close to the company representatives. Off of this dock, some floating barrels may spawn for bonus loot as well. The biggest flaw of this outpost can be a sneaky benefit for certain fights with aggressive privateers. There be a sneaky sandbar out there behind the gold hoarder's tent that can be a hazard if it isn't known to a ship's captain. More than once, First Mate Freaky Haircut has plowed the Skull Crusher right into this sandbar. While this sandbar can be a boon against inexperienced sailors, the best way to improve this outpost would be for that to just wear away beneath the waves. That will make this outpost literally flawless, and that's why it's my number 1. So that concludes me ratings of all the ports we can dock at for safety and coin. Do ye agree with me list, or have I been out in the sun too long? I know me aesthetic may vary from that of other sailors, but I feel me choices are solid. From the absolute travesty that is Daggertooth all the way to the paradise of Plunder Outpost, every outpost has been covered. If ye like this list or any of me other content, feel free to subscribe for more great Sea of Thieves content. I really appreciate your time, and I hope you all find calm seas and favorable winds. This has been Doodleman149. That's Sir Freaky over there on the strings, and we will see you later.